All right, guys. Well, welcome to our call tonight. Like we said, we're kind of tired because we just got back from leadership last night, but honestly, we're at the same time just could not stop talking about how excited we are about everything that's coming and everything that we learned while we were there. And so tonight, what we wanted to do is really just kind of first give you guys kind of a recap of leadership and what it is and kind of what our biggest takeaways were as we learned from different coaches. And then we'd like to recap sort of the big announcements and big products coming down and kind of what they said about those. And then we're really going to close by just going over the opportunities that we have to get you guys plugged in for the rest of the year to really end the year strong. So if you were around last year, this was the time of year where our team, I don't know, it's like we just get on fire in the last quarter where we just like crushed it. We saw rank advancements happening left and right. We saw people really taking their business seriously. And so we're really excited because, I know that just as a team, we've had a big year of transitions. For a lot of you have had, I don't know how many of you have had babies. A lot of you have been, moving across the country, us included, and just lots of transitions. And so we're really excited to kind of, come together. This is like what we were talking about this week with a lot of people. This is our preseason. So, as we all know, January is like the biggest month of the year in terms of health and fitness, just because that's when everyone naturally starts to think about changing their habits. So that means that right now it's really important that we have all of our ducks in a row, that we're planning, that we're running groups now so people start to get used to you being consistent with that. And that we really just welcome on as many new coaches as we can during this quarter to get that momentum and to get your teams going in the first quarter of next year. So let me get my notes out here.
So what is it?
So
tell me about it. I want to go next year.
Okay, yeah, you just asked me if you want to be the interviewer. You're good at that. Okay, so what is leadership? So been getting asked a lot, what is the leadership retreat and how do you qualify and what exactly does it mean? So basically the way that the Beachbody calendar works is as you progress in your business, you have different opportunities for more in-depth training and more leadership training. And so, obviously we have the yearly coach summit, which is for all levels of coaches. And I would say that all the trainings at that conference are really geared toward coach to emerald to diamond level about. And so that's more for like the conference that's for everyone. Now the next level up would be the new leader conference. And this is something that I wanted to mention tonight on the call as well, because so many of you are close to qualifying for this. So the new leader conference is for coaches who are 1-star diamond or above by the end of this year. So what that means is that you would have to be 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, or above by the end of this year. This is really for anyone that's under 5, okay? And so, anyway, in order to qualify for that 1-star by the end of the year, you only get to go once. So those of you that went last year, you kind of went once, and then you can move on to the leadership retreat. But the one thing to note that some of you as newer coaches may not understand how the rank advancement system works. So when you achieve diamond rank, it's really just as simple as you had 8 coaches, 4 on each leg, you help 2 of them get to emerald, and you're diamond. Like that day you're diamond. Now as a 1-star, the way that you rank advance to 1-star is if you have a personally sponsored coach underneath of you achieve diamond rank. And so what happens is the day that they achieve diamond rank, you start to enter something that's called a qualification period. So let's say that you are diamond and then one of your personally sponsored coaches hits diamond. That week in your online office, it would show up as 1-star qualifying. And so in order to actually hit the next official rank, that diamond coach under you is going to have to hold it for 6 weeks. Now it's possible for you to hit diamond and then the next week to fall in rank if one of your coaches goes inactive or whatever. So the reason they have that is that you're helping your diamond coaches actually hit diamond and build a solid business instead of just kind of doing it and then not sticking with it. So something to keep in mind for those of you who want to qualify for the New Leader Conference would be that you would have to start that qualification period no later than November 22nd. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, and then that would allow you to achieve that new rank by the end of December. So anyone who does that will qualify for the New Leader Conference, and the New Leader Conference is designed, again, really for coaches between that 1 to 5-star level who are just sort of getting into leadership, really. You know, diamond rank is where you have your team, but it really does, you don't get into leadership until you have a diamond underneath of you, and you're going to learn a whole nother set of skills. And so the New Leader Conference takes place towards the beginning of the year, usually in February, and you're going to learn just different techniques of how you can get your team from diamond to that next level up, or from 1-star diamond to the next level up. And then as we go down the calendar year, that is when at the end of the year, what we just went to was called the Leadership Retreat. And so the Leadership Retreat is for Beachbody coaches who are lifetime 5-star diamond or above. Every year, no matter if you are like a brand new 5-star, if you've been a 5-star diamond in the past, once you hit that 5-star diamond, you're invited every single year to attend the Leadership Retreat. Now, if you're going for elite and you have elite points, you can actually get the whole thing paid for. So, you know, let's say you're a lifetime diamond, you're going to hit elite, you're going to get your hotel paid for, tickets paid for, everything. All you have to pay for is airfare. You're also going to get like travel cash. So when we were there this weekend, we were just like really excited because we have so many of you working hard, and it might feel right now like 1-star like 5-star is far off, but it really isn't, you guys. Like once you get into a good group and once you recruit diamonds and you help them to stay motivated, it's possible for anyone to get there with hard work. And so do you want to talk a little bit about like what, you know, kind of what leadership is once you get there?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that was, so one of the first events that I ever went to was leadership. And it was an event that Amber qualified to go. And when I got there, I literally wanted nothing to do with it. So like my dream scenario was that I got to hang out by the pool the whole time while she went to all these different trainings and business building activities. And somehow she coaxed me in to going to them, and like everything for me changed in there because it's bigger than Beachbody. You're listening to people who have, as we were reminded when we presented last year, you're speaking to millionaires, you're speaking to entrepreneurs, these people are celebrities on social media. Like you're hearing from people how they did it. And so for us, like that's what I would like highlight more than anything. Is like you get to go there and you get to learn. Like I've been using the term level up because I feel like we heard that a ton. But like you get to kind of like how to raise your game, how to be a little bit better, sharper. And then the other component to it that's fun is there's like 3 days that are just kind of designed to hang out, socialize, get to know other people. The thing we're going to talk about here a little bit, we did a roundtable thing with Melanie Mitro, which was really cool to get to hear from her and get to hear some of her perspectives and things that she's telling her team. And then you hear from somebody like a Danielle Natoni, who's gone, 3-time superstar. Like there's just so many good, like great perspectives. So, it's some conference, it's some like event for those of you who've gone on any sort of Beachbody trip. Like it's, large group events type parties and stuff, which is really fun. But our hotel was paid for this time. We got to spend time with people from corporate. And then like, we'll get into some of the good stuff of like what we heard, but it's an event that if you can push to get there, you just want to be there. Anybody that's gone on any of these Success Club trips with us, this is all because of you guys, but if you've gone on the Success Club trip with us, like you've gotten to see how cool this stuff is. And like, I'm looking like right in the center of our screen right now are the Novaks. The last time that we were in Mexico, we went to one of the elite receptions and we just hung out with the super trainers all night. Like that's pretty sweet to get into a part of the club or wherever you're at. And Joel Freeman knows who you are and Chris Downing knows who you are. And like that, those are the reasons why we prioritize being at those types of things, is to get all kinds of leadership and training for you guys that we can bring back here. But then like, also so that on Wednesday night when we've got a call with Chris Downing, like he kind of knows who we are. Like that's a pretty cool resource to have for your team. So if you can make it, you can push towards it, you can power through it, it's worth being at.
Yeah, and the deadline to qualify would be like midsummer next summer. I think it's usually like the end of July or August, something like that. But again, if you push and you get to 5-star before that, you're automatically invited. So
Come hang out with us. We're lonely.
It really does like make the whole Beachbody family seem smaller because you're with everyone that you kind of want to learn from. So it's super fun.
They had the elite reception this time. There's like 100 people there. It's just it's nice, and then everybody else gets in on the following day, which then the size doubles. But it's neat to be there.
Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to touch on, there were a lot of people that spoke. I posted one of the trainings in the page, which was all about storytelling, which if you have not yet watched that was probably one of the best speakers that I've ever heard. And she was hilarious, and you should follow her on social media. Like, her name was Kendra Hall, because, we just learned a ton from her. I captured probably about the second half of what she had to say, but it was awesome. So that was something, but you hear all different kinds of topics. And what I love about this leadership retreat is that they're sharing very practical information, because they know that by this point in your business, you're motivated, like you are going to show up. So they really focus on kind of the nitty gritty of what is working practically and what isn't. And so really the main theme that we heard so much about was really, if we had to put it in one word, just like simplify. Like, everyone said, my business has grown this year because we just simplified everything. We focused on the basics. We didn't try to make it fancy. We didn't try to, make it like, we didn't try to have the perfect graphics and the perfect groups and everything in line before we actually did our work. We just focused on inviting and sharing and leading from our heart. And then the other theme of it was work with the working. I think you've always heard this idea of, like, as leaders, especially, we're always told, because you obviously want everyone to succeed, but at the end of the day, you really do have to work with the willing, but more importantly, work with the working, which we're so excited about, because, everything we have set up right now on our team is geared towards that. And so, yeah, I think that those are kind of the two themes that we kind of wanted to dive in tonight.
Well, and so on that note of working with working, is that right? So a kind of a recurring theme amongst leaders is this fear of upsetting people when, we get asked oftentimes. We'll have requests for anywhere from 10, 15, 20 one-on-one calls a week. And we're hearing from other leaders that they don't do that. So they post on their page, you've got to hit qualifications in order to schedule your time with Janelle Summers. You got to be hitting Success Club. You got to be at least, 5-6 coaches under you, like all kinds of requirements. And like even them, like they're saying that they're getting frustrated because they feel like they're dragging people along. And so for me, it's kind of this like mindset shift a little bit. And for those of you who are doing PACE, you guys are going to notice, like, we're going to try and sink some teeth into it. Like, there's people who decided to leave the PACE group. That's A-okay with me. But like, I want that group to have an insane amount of value for you, and for you guys to be getting different ideas. Like tonight, I posted in there, after you do your story, go in and do it. After you post your lead generator, give a recap in Instagram stories. Because I get a lot of questions on how do I get a lot of engagement in my Instagram. And I share everything. Like, I literally, if I post something, I post it right into my stories. And what I've started to do is do a live video about what I just posted about, and then do Instagram stories about what I just posted about, and then share the link of what I just posted about. Like, I'm giving everything that I possibly can. So today on PACE, I shared that tip with all you guys, and I encourage you to do it. It just gets more eyes on your stuff, more eyes, more prize. So like, I want that group to have an insane amount of value. But that being said, if nobody's growing, if nobody's hitting Success Club, then we have to start thinking, like, if this is the right, like, PACE group for you, right? And it just seemed like there's a recurring theme that, like, look, you set the expectation that you joined this business, you know what you did. You just went through, you filled out a share cart, you filled out a Beachbody links, whatever you did, you signed up. Now, before you get too far into the weeds on this stuff, go find 2 people to sign up and join with you right away. And so, like, get to Emerald. And then when you can get to that 5-6 coach mark, then we need to be talking about how we can power through and get you to Diamond. The majority of coaches that we talked to said that that's where they believe business begins. And like, we're emphasizing, like, we're putting a heavy emphasis on people getting to Emerald. your top coaches, your Melanie Mitros, your Danielle Natonis, like they're saying the business begins at Diamond. So,
well, and one thing they said with that is I think they're like, it's all about mindset. You know, if you make it seem like, oh, Emerald is this big, scary thing, it's going to feel like a big, scary thing. But if you just kind of attack it and attack Diamond as, hey, I can do that, you know, I can work hard and do that. I think that it's really just what we were learning is they're like, how can we set these expectations for the team that like you can get to Emerald in 24 hours or a week or whatever. You can do this because I don't know about you, but in life, the way that I approach different things, like it depends totally on my success rate. Like if I'm positive about it, it's going to happen. If not, and so I think where we wanted to kind of, you know, go with that is like, it doesn't have to feel like so heavy. Like this work should not feel so heavy. Like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I can barely do it. You know, but really like to change that mindset and go, I get to do this. I get to share my story. I get to show up and change lives. And so the more that we can make
and
this.
I'm going to battle you a tiny bit because the other word that you need to keep in mind is I have to. Like you're running a fitness business. Mm-hmm. And so if you can't find 2 to 3 people a month, that's the bare minimum, 2 to 3 people a month. Like it's great that you get to do whatever you think you get to do, but you know, eventually your husband's going to be like, look, we're paying all this money for Shakeology. I don't want to be spending $130 every single month. So you might as well just level up and start getting in the habit of like, look, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to find 3 people. That's all we're saying. 3 people every single month and hit Success Club. I'm going to push as hard as I possibly can to find 3 people. SC6, good. You are in the majority at that point on our team because I appreciate everybody filling out those surveys. They're insanely helpful. I mean, we got 65% of our team that's not even hitting Success Club. So we've got to level up and just like set that as the realistic expectation that you're open for business. You're going to run a great challenge group, but you've got to be willing to like invite, have conversations and follow up and find 2 to 3 people every single month. And if you do that month after month after month after month, you're going to get to Diamond. It's just a matter of having that consistency.
Yeah, I think that's
excitement, but it is also a responsibility if you're a business owner.
Right, and I think that's what's so cool is that anyone can do this. Like, I mean, when we were at leadership, you know, you see people of all different walks of life. It's not like, oh, the secret sauce is to be that kind of a person with that kind of a personality. It's like everyone's represented, and the people that are there though are just the ones that are showing up. And so what's cool when we look at this group is like, you're showing up right now. You're taking this business seriously. That's what it takes. You know, you're on this call right now. And, you know, if you keep doing the stuff in the tracker that we have, like anyone can build this business.
Did you guys remember when Lift 4 was coming out and they had a picture, I'm blanking on her name, but she's a little bit heavier set and she had like crazy results with, it was like, she had lost 20 pounds in a couple of weeks. Do you guys remember like a little bit? Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't
She's like one of the fastest growing coaches in Beachbody right now. Like it's insane. It is mindset 100%. It has nothing to do with your image. It does not matter if you have blonde hair or brown hair, if you're 200 pounds or you're 100 pounds. Like she's
Kate
just.
Morgan. Is that what
Yeah. She's just owning it. And like her Success Club numbers are off the chart. Like they're north of 200 Success Club points a month right now. So it just shows that like it doesn't matter. And like one of the number 1 coaches in the entire network right now is Ashley Molstead. And that's like another one. She is not your 100-pound chick who's got like washboard abs. She just lives her life and does it confidently. So like I just heard that and like we had kind of felt like we were producing a ton of resources. We were doing a lot of administrative work and like we weren't spending a ton of time creating content between the 2 of us, which is what we love to do, which is how we found all of you in the first place. And so like it was really reassuring. And I even told our leaders this today, like that survey, every time that you're wondering where your business is struggling, go in, do a quick search, scroll through that and look at your survey. Am I inviting? Am I showing up on team calls? Am I listening to the national wake-up call? Like am I doing personal development? Am I proof of that the products work? Those are a really, really quick way for you guys to self-diagnose. And then like, and like we keep saying, like if you guys set your goals and you work really hard and you try and hit Success Club 6, but you only hit Success Club 4, we're not mad, but we've got to create this expectation that that's what we're doing every single month. Like, I'm going to find 3 people. I'm bound and determined to do it. And I'm just going to continue to show up and continue to show up and continue to show up, because then we're going to continue to show up and run with you as well.
Yeah, and I mean, what's really cool is these are all skills that you'll develop over time. And like, I know if you talk to a lot of the leaders on our team, for anyone, like Success Club 2 was hard at first. Success Club 4 was hard. Success Club 6, and then eventually you figure out what it takes to get to those things every month, and it becomes habit, and it becomes something that you get better at. And so I think that as we look at everyone on the team, we just want to make sure that you guys are in that working mode, because the reason why, in case maybe you guys haven't heard the background about Success Club, the reason why we do push it is because when Beachbody has done sort of these overarching kind of deep dives into the business, they have recognized that coaches who are achieving Success Club every month, so Success Club 6, like that should be everyone's goal. I don't care who you are. Success Club 6 is like a great goal. If you hit above that, like that's awesome, but just shoot for 6. The people that are doing that are consistently seeing their businesses grow. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's those just daily tasks that will help you to get there. And if you have 2 points, awesome. If you have 4 points, awesome. You know, it's all great, but we just ultimately want all of you to succeed. We want to be honest with you to say, hey, if you want to have a successful business, you know, Success Club 6 does kind of need to be the non-negotiable in order for you to move forward.
And the other thing that I took away just, you know, kind of chatting with people is that it's kind of like highs and lows within like programs and in between programs. So, you know, when 80 Day Obsession went, like that's your, so just, you know, strategy wise, guys, that's your opportunity to grow your income. Like right then and there. Like we saw it in our business. Like you go from making $500 a month to making $1,000 a month when 80 Day Obsession launches. And then, you know, it kind of levels off, but like it levels off $300 higher than it did when it first started, but we lose sight of that, right? Mm-hmm. Because we want to see larger growth. But then Lift 4 happens, and like you go all in on Lift 4, and it goes from 800, you bump up to 1,200 that month, and then you settle at 1,000. So if you guys are kind of trending with me here, you guys got a big ass opportunity coming with Transform 20. I'm not a Shaun T person at all. Like some people really are Shaun T people. I'm not, but I'm also not an Autumn Calabrese person, and I went through 80 Day Obsession. So when it comes to Transform 20, guys, we got to go all in on it, because it's going to be like another opportunity for you to grow your business. And like Shaun T is like an international kind of celebrity trainer. So you're going to have huge opportunities in the US, Canada, and especially the UK. They are obsessed with Shaun T out there. So we need to like make sure that we're looking at these big launches. Shift Shop, I think, just got dealt rough cards. Like this Proving Grounds is just horrible timing, but still, we need to go all in. We're going to talk about that here in a second, but like you need to keep that focus, because even, I don't know if it was Melanie or who talked about it, but they were like, one of the regrets that I had is I didn't go all in when Country Heat was going on. Like I wasn't like, that wasn't my thing, but like I still get people, I put it up in my blog, and I will still get people that will ask if I'm doing a Country Heat boot camp. So like, I think it's important for us to recognize that we have these big opportunities for volume jumps. So we just got to make sure we're diving in head first on them.
Yeah. And I think, just staying relevant with what's coming. I mean, I'll be honest that there are programs that are not my jam, and as coaches, as a customer, you have the privilege to say, I don't feel like doing that. But as a coach, you really don't. Like if you want your business to grow, you will go through the program. I don't care if you're a lifer, but you'll go through it, you'll get results, you'll be able to talk about it, and then you can move on. Mm-hmm. But like with Shift Shop, with Transform 20, it's not like, what I've come to realize is it's not necessarily about me and how I feel about it, but it's about maybe how a customer would connect with the program in a way that I have it. And that's why our system and our community works, is because we have a program for everyone. And so while you may not get excited about something, someone else is going to go, wow, that looks really fun. I think I'm going to reach out to you and do that. So, we just have, as we look at towards the end of the year, I think 2 things that we just like constantly have been talking about for you guys. The UV2 launch. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're gonna do another relaunch of UV2 after Shift Shop. I mean, after we really let Chris Downing down, then we're gonna let whoever that guy is.
Whoever that is. Oh, no, that's funny.
if I could go back
that was private, so you have to explain what just happened.
Sorry. So there was a message that came through on our end from the Novaks asking how we did with the UV2 launch, just so everybody's up to speed, which we didn't. But I don't think anybody did.
So I, like the two things that we're just like hoping and wishing for you guys as we close out this year is for you to keep it simple, like lead with your heart and just invite people, really
lead with your heart. That whole thing that you were talking about a second ago, sharing your story. This all kind of comes together here a tiny bit. You got to be better storytellers. It's got to be bigger than Beachbody. It's got to be bigger than a workout. It's got to be the how and the why, really what it is that we're doing. I always say the what is that we work out, but the how and the why is what people are going to be drawn in by. So if we can focus on that while we also have new programs coming out, we can pair this together and we keep it simple. See, it's all coming together here. And we're keeping it simple we just need to find 3 people. And if you guys find 3 people, we're the happiest upline coaches there are on the planet.
Because we know that then it
matters. Like you're gonna grow.
And then the other part of that is just working consistently through the end of the year. Like just kind of as we start the third quarter here and really get into it, this is the quarter when I'm telling you guys there's so many distractions, even for us as coaches. We have family gatherings, we have trips home, we have so many things going on that it's going to be really easy for us to go, oh, that coaching thing, I think I'll just push it to the back burner. But I'm telling you guys, if you can treat it like a real job, carve out an hour or 2 a day to work your business, 5 days a week, and you are consistent through the end of the year, you're going to have such a huge opportunity come January. And truth be told, the Success Club numbers, I would say October, November are going to be lower. December, we'll crush it in December because of Transform 20 challenge packs. But October and November, it may be a little low. Don't get discouraged by that. Just remain consistent and know that it's going to pay off in December and January.
And on that note, so the activity tracker that we've been asking for you guys to do, I don't know if you guys saw our announcement, but surprise, corporate thinks it's a great idea to have an activity tracker, like a new updated activity tracker. So guess what's coming out in Q1, an activity tracker. You guys have access to it 5-6 months essentially before anybody else is going to have access to it. They're going to make it available to any Beachbody coach that's in that elite ranking. I think elite or whoever was 5-star and above is going to have access to it. You guys have access to it right now. So if you're listening to this call and you're like, well, I don't think I have now. I don't know how to be consistent with this business. Go to the activity tracker. It's pretty simple. Just go in there, click, 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 and once you're done, you're done. If you guys are super efficient, you can get done within a half hour, you're done within a half hour. But you got to get through it. And if you get through it, that's where your business is going to grow. And it's just finding that consistency. And guys, you should be so grateful I'm a part of this business. Amber wanted you doing that tracker 7 days a week. 7 days. And I said only 5. For my friends on this team, only 5. It's a huge fight. I won. So it's only 5 days a week that you got to do it. And I don't, and I am even generous in saying, if you want to do it on the weekends, on Saturday morning over a cup of coffee and a donut, go for it.
So yeah, the tracker really is everything. So we wanted to kind of go on and explain our plan. Hopefully you guys all got the email that I sent out today. Basically what I did is I just gave you kind of the product updates. So real quick on those, in case you missed them, we are having little sticks, energized sticks coming out in December. We did have the sampler pack, but now we have a 32 count pack. You should have seen how excited everyone was about that. It was crazy. And then new flavor coming out, new flavor of energized coming out in February, which is fruit punch. We had to try it and it was delicious. So that's going to be awesome. To have that, and
those are huge opportunities for volume.
Yeah, huge opportunities.
That's why all these people matter. When you've got 3, 6, 9, 12. By the time all that stuff comes out, you've got 12 new people in your business that have been using Energize, and then you I can't even focus. And then Fruit Punch comes out. That's why all this matters. Beachbody is going to continue to innovate, continue to give us different products, which I'm super excited about. I think they didn't really tell us, but I'm really excited about consumable goods. Because if you're like us, we have an overabundance of Shakeology. We're very well taken care of in the Shakeology market right now. I should show you our cabinet of Energize, Creatine, and Recover. It's insane. So it's awesome that they're going to have like beach bars, and now we're going to have these sticks that we can take with us, like fruit punch. Like there's just variety, which is really nice.
And they alluded to vegan, so my guess is it might be Vegan Recover, which I think would be like also a huge win.
Big.
Yes. But they did say they're going to announce 2 brand new nutritional products at Summit. They're also going to announce the next international market at Summit.
And another program.
Hey,
real quick, all of you guys on this call, we've got like 70% of you that are not going to Summit.
Oh yeah, we need
that needs like, that is a priority in this business, is that you're showing up for these things. The same 70% of you don't go to Super Saturdays. If you are looking to ignite your fire, we're great for it, but let's be honest, you can't stand hearing from us every single Monday night. Like, let's just be honest. You got to find a way to be getting to Super Saturdays if you can. Got to be doing personal development every day. And you've got to find a way to get to Summit, because I'm telling you, we have such a good time at Summit. And then like you get to hear from awesome speakers, and you get to hang out with all your friends. And so by the end of it, like, you actually feel like this isn't such a big business. It's just a bunch of us that are extremely like-minded. And then like and I always say this, but like if your husband's on the fringe of if this is cool or not, like they're going to find out that I love drinking beer. I enjoy watching sports. You could convince me to have a cigar with you. Like they're going to feel like, okay, I didn't really know what to expect, but I guess this guy's normal. So like, we can't have 70%. I want to take this poll again in 30 days and have at least like 50-50. We got to try and have like a jam-packed house. So on that note, one of the things I am going to do is I'm assuming there's probably some questions with like roommates, like if you're going solo. So I will create a thread for you guys probably tomorrow, just saying like, hey, I'm on the fence with Summit. I'm looking for a roommate. So like if there are, 4 or 5 of you that want to shack up, get an Airbnb or rent a hotel, at least you know who's thinking about maybe on the fence going or is just solo. But I think that might help.
And if you live somewhere where there's not a Super Saturday, if you're an Emerald coach or above, you can actually host one. You could even just have a few friends over and watch the video together and all that kind of stuff, fun stuff. So, all right. And then next thing. So, all right. So let's talk about
last couple things that are coming. You guys may or may not seen 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme are going to be going live, like 80-day obsession version. They like really, really hyped it up, and it's going to be live. And everyone's like, oh, I kind of thought we were going to get like a whole new 21 Day Fix, but I guess live's cool too. So they've got that coming. They've got Fixate 2 coming. And then if anybody else didn't notice, like they're also going to be going after kids' lunches.
Yeah,
so
they bought Autumn's like lunch book or something. So Portion Fix is going to have like so many resources. It's going to be really cool too. And yes, Aaron, tickets are on sale for Summit this month. I think it's towards the end of this month. They're going to be on sale at like $145. So it's going to be like a great time to buy your ticket if you don't have it already.
And yes, I did get a ton of traffic too on my Instagram stories showing Chad Novak. I don't even know what the movie is that is like Swan Dive. I reposted it this weekend if you missed it from our club experience. It was phenomenal.
Parents on the loose. Okay, so then we wanted to get into more of the email that I sent. So that was kind of the products, and then the rest of it is really just this push that we're going to be doing to end the year to help all of you who have a goal to hit diamond, which should be all of you. And we are going to do this push for the next 3 weeks to get as many of you to diamond as possible. And the reason why we are looking at this November 1 date to get as many of you there as possible is because when we were at leadership, we were talking with Kelsey and Dean, and her coach is Janelle Summers, and they invited our team. Like, this is a huge opportunity but Janelle has invited our team to be able to get in on her leadership training that is going to be from November 1st through like Thanksgiving. And so it's going to be a 3-week training where she is going to be sharing like top leadership things, like really how to get from diamond to beyond diamond. She's going to have several people on. And so in order to qualify for that, you have to be an active diamond coach or above. But that is just going to be a huge opportunity. You know, we don't really have like a lot of people in our upline that have, if anyone really, that has experienced the same kind of success as Janelle. I mean, she's a Superstar Diamond 3, meaning that she's gotten to Superstar Diamond 3 times in 3 business centers.
45 diamonds.
Yeah, she makes millions of dollars a year, like, but she just has such a great heart, and she's a great leader. So that's why we're pushing with these dates. This also just helps us to really help as many people as possible who are looking to rank advance to 1-star diamond or above to have the opportunity to do that, because you'll have time for those 6 weeks of qualifications to end the year. So as far as those of you who are interested in the Diamond in 3 Weeks group, I don't want you to be nervous or scared. I mean, maybe it's healthy to be a little bit nervous and scared, but I really want you to just like give it a go. Like the way that we see goals is that it's always great to go high, and worst case, you don't quite get there, you're still going to be so much farther ahead than you are right now. So there's a lot of you, though, who are pretty dang close to diamond, and I really think that with just a few weeks of solid focus on inviting, you can get there.
Mm-hmm. And keep it, I mean, just, I'm telling you guys, like the reason we put such an emphasis on Emerald, again, everything that we're trying to do has some level of strategy. We looked at countless business centers. Like we probably have 15 people on this team that like right now in our downline that if they decided to could get diamond by the end of qualification. They totally could. They just have to do the work. What we looked at is the thing that held them back was emeralds. Like I just don't have emeralds. I'm built out, or I'm a couple coaches away from being built out. I just don't have emeralds. So I'm telling you, when it comes down to what you guys are recruiting, your coaches, this is the thing we learned, your coaches don't know any different. Like you know different because you've been sitting here watching us for a year. You know that like, emerald can take a little bit to get to. But when they first sign up or they're first interested in getting going, they don't know. So we set the expectation that it's totally possible. And that comes from you. That comes from you as you're having conversations with them. All that they have to do is repeat essentially what they just did. So they sign up with you and they just got to find 2 other people to do it with them. And so if we can keep it that fundamentally simple, and that is part of like new coach orientation. So they sign up with you, you tell them, hey, we're going to have a getting started right here call coming up probably in the next week or 2 that I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. Before that, what I want you to do is I want you to go out and just find 2 people to do this business with you. One can be your husband. I signed up my husband. So that leaves you with 1 other person that you need to find. And if you can find those, you're emerald. And then we can do a getting started right call. See, it's a little bit different from an expectation standpoint. We're recruiting a lot of discount coaches. We're recruiting the people that like are saying yes. So then we're excited that they're going to be a part of our team. Yes, I'm growing. And then we just don't say anything because we're like, oh, they'll kind of figure it out. They'll watch, Amanda Barrett's getting started right call today. And then they'll be emerald in 24 hours. But we're not seeing a huge return on the getting to emerald in 24 hours call. We're not having a ton of people tuning in on them. I think that comes from us as the upline just saying, hey, this business isn't all that complicated because we don't know any different at the time. And you just say, sign up your husband and find 1 other person. Put 1 on your strong leg, 1 on your weak leg, or 1 on your right leg, 1 on your left leg. At this point, we just got to find 2 people. So,
and one way that Emily Favre has approached this is she just says, just find 2 people and sign them up the exact same way that you did as a coach. And so they're just signing up with a challenge pack. They're signing up as a discount coach. And then Ashley Molstead said, which I found really encouraging, was that she signs almost all of her coaches up as discount coaches because that's how she came into the business. And that they sign every customer up as a discount coach from day one, whether they're going to just do a challenge group or whatever. They're discount coaches from day one, and they are all just doing a challenge group together. And then she encourages them just to share their journey well, they go without even asking for, like, even saying they're a coach, just kind of like, let's say they were going to go through lift 4, she just has them as discount coaches just start sharing without asking. And so then they're sharing their journey, they're seeing what they're going through, and then pretty soon they get these results, and it's almost like they're using Instagram for their accountability partner, and they're getting these results, and everyone's asking them, and soon enough they're turning from discount coaches to working coaches. So, I just thought that was really encouraging as well.
Which leads us, are you done with the 3-week push group? Do you have anything else you
The
want to
only
add
thing
on
I
that?
wanted to say is I did put a link to the group in the email that I sent, and only 7 of you have signed up so far. I know there's more of you that can get to Diamond or that are Diamond and want to keep going. So make sure that you click on that link that I sent in the email and fill out the Google form if you want to be in the Diamond in 3 weeks group. And again, you just have to be an active coach to be in that group. No rank. Like, I don't care if you're a brand new coach and you want to get Diamond in 3 weeks. That's great.
Just got to do the work.
Yep. So that is going to kick off tomorrow night. We're going to have Bethany Swart. I've asked her to help us lead that one. And then also Kelsey's coach, Lindsay Hay, is going to lead it as well, meaning that they're just going to kind of help us with the weekly check-in calls. And so we're going to have, tomorrow's going to be kind of like a kickoff call, kind of give people an idea of what to expect and what to work towards. And then the official first check-in would be that next Tuesday. So anyone that is doing the Diamond group and who's also in PACE will forfeit their normal PACE time and will instead do the Tuesday night check-ins through October. Okay.
Because this is, again, like, this is probably a different level of pace. Like, pace, I'm totally comfortable with us kind of growing and building a business. Like, it's going to take 3 to 5 months realistically for people to get to Diamond. That should kind of be your expectation. 90 to 150 days if you're consistently doing the work and a little bit of a push pace still. This is going to be like, look, I want to get this done. And so that's why we're going to kind of just make a little bit of a shift there. We're totally cool either way. If you're still like in the PACE thread, stay in there, because we're going to just continue. Like, that's going to be, I'm going to really try and have that be a good place for you guys to be in, because I'm watching it happen. We just got put in a different mastermind group in the East region. Central region really didn't have a whole lot, going, or maybe I just wasn't even involved in, I don't know. They didn't add me, but they added me in the East. And it's for all the elite coaches, 9-star and above. So I just get to, like, I'm fascinated with it. I'm in this thread. I'm just listening from all these people that make millions of dollars every single year. So I'm just taking, anytime I find value in something that they're saying, or if I have an idea, I'm just going to continue to post in that PACE thread.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, one thing that we also want to announce, and I really hope you guys take us up on the opportunity, join us, and then bring some folks with you, is going to be the 3-week shift shop group that we're going to be launching. You guys will find in my lead generator, I literally got it up like a second before we went live here, but we're gonna run it as a 3-week business building boot camp. So, like, not only, like, we want you to find 10 challengers each, bring them in on a challenge group, like sign them up as a discount coach, but they're just doing a 3-week challenge with you. And in addition to that, it's going to be very similar to this 3-week push. Like, that's going to be maybe a little bit more strategy. This is going to be, you're doing a boot camp, and we are walking you through 21 days on how you should build a fitness business online.
And more mindset stuff.
Mindset. So, like, we've got some cool stuff going on. Like, Dean and Kelsey are going to help us out with it again. It was our idea to kind of maybe make it a little bit more, business as well. Like, really trying to help you guys figure out how to bring on challengers and then convert challengers. Mm-hmm. Are you tapping me for? No. Like, we've got like a little signal over here, like, hey, I got something I want to say, but you guys can't quite tell. And then I just learned to shut up. So I didn't know if you were giving me the signal. So with this, like, this is going to be really cool, because Dean and Kelsey are bringing Josh Coates to it.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Josh Coates. We're working hard to get Chris Downing to actually join us as well for it. So, like, there's going to be incentive to get your challengers in there. And then we're going to be talking to these people about how they can actually, from day one, like, my follow-up, we'll show you our follow-ups, but my follow-up is going to be like, I want to teach you how you can actually pay for your challenge group. You're like your $130 pack. I want to teach you how you can pay for that by the end of the month. Because what we're going to be telling these people who sign up is, hey, awesome job. Now let's go find 2-3 people that can actually join you right on the front end, and just setting that expectation there. But you guys will see the promotion, but like the way I worded it is that we are going to be really trying to have like push coaches in there. We're going to have successful Beachbody coaches in there. And then we're also going to be trying to have super trainers hopping in there throughout to kind of give people some inspiration and some perspective over those 21 days as they go through Shift Shop. The other thing with that is I really, truly believe, having listened to a lot of top coaches this week, that you got to go through a program start to finish. So I know there was some discussion like, hey, I'm in the middle of Lift 4. Trust me, I hear you. Like I'm so passionate about Lift 4. It's my favorite program that I've done. But like, as much as I love doing Lift 4, like, I also really like checking my bank account on Thursdays and seeing that there's some new money in it. So I think it's the thing to do, is to hop in and just give it our all. And so we're really going to be helping you guys hold the rope with your nutrition for 3 weeks. And I don't, like you guys know us, like we have our wine, we have our cocktails, we have our beer, like we're sustainable people. That's the name of the game for us. But we're going to teach you how, like, we don't really deviate from that a ton outside of maybe having seltzers throughout the boot camp, so that we do get results that we can post. And that's really what's going to help you guys jumpstart your business, is just being able to show people like, hey, here is day 1, here is the end of day 7, here's the end of 3 weeks. Who's ready for round 2? And then we've got like a little bit, like you guys will see, we've got some strategy to it, because we're also going to be sprinkling in like a couple like free Shaun T weeks, so people can kind of get a feel for Shaun T leading up to Transform 20. So there's a bunch in the hopper, but like I really encourage you guys, go all in on this, and then really try and bring some challengers with you. And we'll post some threads in there on how we're advertising it. But I almost feel like with Ignition Week, as I've had some time to think about it, like we were asking people to make a very big jump from cold to all in. And now what I'm thinking is, like, you've had all those conversations. I hope you wrote them all down, because now let's take them from cold to, hey, do a challenge group with me. And this challenge group is going to be awesome, because along the way, we're also going to be teaching you how you could actually run a business. But if nothing else, you're going to learn, you're going to get great results, you're going to have a lot of fun, you're going to get to hear from cool people. See, it's a little bit of it's not as intimidating for people, but I think it could have a tremendous payback.
Yeah, and this time of year, truthfully, people are looking for simple. They're looking for fast results, because they want to fit into that outfit at family Thanksgiving. They want to feel good for their holiday parties. And so, a program like Shift Shop really helps us to kind of fill this gap between now and the end of the year when Transform 20 comes out. And so, I was telling Jake, like, because I was seeing the comments rolling of like, oh, I'm, doing this program or whatever. And I said, what's funny is every time that we get invited to a test group, I'm always in the middle of a program. Like, I always have to go, oh man, now I have to like start something else. But at the same time, I know it's my job. Mm-hmm. And I know that if I can show results from beginning till end, I will inspire someone new. And so it's just 3 weeks. You can go back to whatever you're doing after 3 weeks, and, we can go from there. But I do think it's going to give us a huge opportunity to show people a complete program. And then once we get into past Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, we'll do a 3-day refresh, which will be super cool and awesome for volume again. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we'll go into teaching people more about Shaun T and what some examples of his programs. We'll probably do some sort of a hybrid to finish the year and do another like test group sort of thing.
With Shift Shop, as you guys are promoting it, as you guys are thinking about what you can talk about, the best form of advertising for that particular boot camp is going to be live video or video of anything, because I'm telling you, I'm somebody who can proudly work out at the gym, and I don't really care at all what people are thinking or if I'm taking up space. I've been yelled at. I've been told, like, what are you doing? You setting up a campsite? So dumb. People are so dumb. But like, I'm proud to like throw my agility markers down, and I can't tell you, like, of all the times I did Lift 4, like I definitely would see people looking at my screen. But whenever I do Shift Shop and I put the agility markers out, people are fascinated by it. Like, they always come up and they're always asking what the agility markers mean, or if you guys have ever seen my Ignite a Life marker, like, write what these markers mean to you, or whatever they are, like $5-10 or whatever they are from Beachbody. Buy them just for purely advertising purposes. It's a tax write-off because it's part of your job. But like, use those, show the moves, do speed 25. You don't even have to do the whole workout to advertise it. Just like take a couple of moves and have your husband or set up a tripod, videotape it, edit it down, and use that for advertising. I'm telling you, it's the one, obviously Shaun T is, you're jumping around and you're crazy as is, but like, I have found that no matter what program I do, the one that I get the most questions about is Shift Shop. And so I just would encourage you to use the video component with that particular program as as opposed to just simply taking a picture of it. And you guys have heard me talk about like working out with my cousin. I worked out with her when I was in Chicago at the East Bank Club 9 months ago, and I put her through speed 35, and she was like, oh my gosh, I did not know that this is what you did. And I was like, we've been doing this for 3 years. I mean, what do you think we do? So for me, it was just like this light bulb moment of, we think people know by our pictures. The only way people can really get a good feel for what we're doing is by video. So I would encourage you, try and spend a little bit of time figuring out how to get good lighting, or contact Molly McGinley because her pictures are always good. And then like get a good video of what you're doing and use that for some promo for Shift Shop.
Yeah, and this question is really good. So if we're in the middle of lift 4, do you recommend stopping and doing Shift Shop? So I'll tell you how I approach it. And obviously, you guys all run your own businesses. We're simply sharing like what has worked for us. But at the end of the day, you just get to decide what you do. So what I typically do, and what I would probably encourage you to do if you want to join us with Shift Shop, is you do take a break, but you are so excited about the break because you are going to announce that you are part of an team exclusive coach test group, and you got invited to be part of this, and you're going to go all in, and you're so excited about this. It's a brand new thing from Chris Downing, and you talk about that, and then after that's done, you can decide if you want to go back or whatever. But that's what I have done, and I've said, oh my God, my goodness, like I thought I was going to finish lift 4, and I'll even tell people like not to be inauthentic about it. I'll just say my job as your coach is to take advantage of these opportunities, because then I do know what to best tell you to do. And so with Shift Shop, I think there's a lot of people that never on our team that have never gone through it. I think it's a great program for husbands to do too. And this Proving Grounds, we did a workout. Oh my gosh, you guys, we did a workout with Chris at the leadership retreat. It was the hardest workout of my entire life.
We did it on Saturday, and we have now taken off Sunday and Monday.
Oh my gosh,
I'm still so sore.
It was so hard. He had us do 50 push-ups. No, 50 burpees, 50 push-ups, 50 everything like 50. Catchers. Like, let's say foremost 50 times. And then we went to 40 times. And then we went to 30
mountain
times.
Climbers.
And then we went to 20 times. And then we went to 10 times. And then we went to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, like counting all the way down. Like, I can't even tell you.
People are just laying on the ground.
It was like so humbling. Here we are, like all of these leaders thinking we're in tip top shape, and we just like got our butts kicked. But all that to say, what's so cool about Chris is he does push your mind to that next level, and he helps you to do things they don't think.
Which is why we think it pairs really nicely with this business. You get to hear from somebody who's way more like Joel is kind of the guy you want to go grab a beer with. Chris is somebody who just kind of really, really digs in deep with the inspirational piece, in my humble opinion. So we think it pairs really nicely. And you guys know when you see these exclusive test groups, people go bonkers for that stuff.
They want in.
I want in on the exclusive test group. This is going to be super cool. Like, you'll still get access to Chris Downing and all that, but we're also going to give you access to Josh Coates. You're also going to get to hear from other top coaches in this business. And so, like, we're going to do an exclusive test group, business style. So you get the best of both worlds.
Okay, that was all, like, everything on our list. What questions do you guys have as we close out? Anything? Any other questions? Thoughts?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My husband, actually, Amber, I listened to what you said about Jake, and this is my birthday month, and he asked us about this birthday present. I want you to go through Shift Shop. So before he does Proving Ground test group, he needs to go through that program, right?
No.
Not necessarily. I mean, but there are some workouts that are like pre-Shift Shop, like 15-minute workouts to get people used to Shift Shop. But I think he could just do it like, I don't think he'd have to go through the whole Shift Shop first. He could start with Proving Grounds.
Yeah, Proving Grounds.
But that one won't be out until that 22nd.
Proving Grounds is Shift Shop. Like, they haven't changed anything. They added one additional strength workout, which is done on Saturdays, and one additional speed workout that's done, I think, on Fridays. And they're just like measuring your endurance, your agility, your added strength over the week. So it's essentially the same program, 25, 35, 45-minute ramp-ups, just with the proving grounds. But you can go in, like right now, it's already on Beachbody On Demand. You guys can go in. You can try quick speed and quick strength. I did the quick speed. It's a nice little warm-up.
And it's great for athletes. Like, Nick Fisher, I'm thinking of you for sure. Like, just great for athletes, great for guys. Like, it's just a good program.
It's sweet. I mean, and we've used this in the past for our marketing purposes. I don't know for you guys who are runners. Honestly, like go run a mile. Here's how, again, if I was trying to advertise for it, go outside right now today, Lane Swanson, just get up off your couch. You just go and be like, look, I'm going to be back in 10, honey, and go for a run outside and time yourself, and then go through Shift Shop here for a week and go back and time yourself again. And there's your advertising. Like this program, that program, literally, guys, I think when I was running it, I was running at like 8.5-minute miles, something like that. I don't even remember. But like, I went through an entire round of it, and I went and I like started like running again, and I ran, what was it? So I ran the Minneapolis 10 mile. I ran it at 7. So I had shaved a minute and a half off, and then I ran a 5K that same year, and I ran it at 6:20, 6:20 pace following Shift Shop. So from like a speed and agility standpoint, it's unreal.
It's a great program. All right. Any other questions? Does all that make sense as far as the groups that we've got? I know it's a lot, so I just want to make sure the dates and everything makes sense.
Oh, baby. Sweat well spent. We've talked about that too. We've got so much. I really want to make sure that we are giving you guys.
Everyone loves Sweat Well Spent. We've gotten like
so
a lot of
fun.
messages this week about that.
It's so fun. Yeah, we'll do it. We're gonna
end the year.
especially when we start looking at that November, December range, it gets a little bit like goofy to have something that's really exciting to promote. We could have a lot of fun, and a lot of people really engaged last time when we did the competition side. Maybe we can figure out a way to like put some teeth into it. But I want you guys to know, like when we're at these conferences, it's super flattering to be there. We wouldn't be there without you guys working your tails off to help us get there. And I'm telling you guys, like, we are so passionate about getting all of you there with us. Like that's it. So when we're listening to all these people speak, our process is we go back to the room and we debate what we think actually could bring value to our team and what doesn't. And we argue about it, and we try and leave with like a consensus of what do we need to do to help you guys get there too. So like, know from the bottom of our hearts how appreciative we are of your work. You mean the world to us. Like it's flattering to be there, but it sucks being lonely and not having 15 of you there with us. So let's just end this year hard. Let's push as fast as we possibly can, even if we've taken lulls, even if we've had setbacks, even if it hasn't gone the way that we wanted, even if we wish that we were diamond 3 months ago. It doesn't matter. Like somebody posted today, like, I've noticed that I'm not doing a lot of these activities. Start tomorrow. There's no reason. Somebody, like, I don't know if it was wash your face or whatever the heck that was the other day, but like that's all it is. Like, we just are going to pick ourselves up. We're going to dust ourselves off. We're just going to be better tomorrow.
Yeah, the minute you start to let guilt get in, like, it's not productive. So don't, like, if you haven't been working your business, don't feel guilty about it. Just make that the next day is better. Like, I mean, that's normal. We're all human. It's going to happen from time to time. But I think that, like, I think that the biggest thing too is that we just know the kind of leaders that all of you are, and we know that you have what it takes. And so we know we push you, and we know that we push you out of your comfort zone a lot, and you probably want to, like, kind of just smack us sometimes, like that dang tracker, why don't you fill that thing out? But I promise, if you do it, you guys, like, we know that your life will change. And so super excited. There was one other thing. Oh, Emily asked. Emily asked for the October challenge. For the Shift Shop with you for the. I would love that. I think that it's the time of year where, at least I've noticed, that my groups have less engagement because it's kind of a slower time. And so I think that for people to kind of be all in this, and we'll do it on probably just Facebook because that's easiest for 3 weeks, that we'll just do it together. They can feel the momentum. Like, that's our goal, is they can feel the momentum of the team. We're all going to be super active. We're all going to be in it together. I think, yeah.
I would.
I probably would just use that momentum of the team to help that those 3 weeks.
And you guys are going to notice maybe a tiny bit of an edge to Amber and I as we push a little bit harder. but I heard somebody that was complaining at leadership. She was going on and on and on about how hard her upline is on her. And I was like, but you're 5-star and elite. Like, you're making $2,000 a month doing this business now, if not more. I don't think probably $2,000 a week. I mean, raise your hand if $2,000 a week would be okay if we pushed you a little bit harder. So I'm just saying, like, it's totally possible if we do the work. We're all in. We are so all in. But like, there might be a tiny bit of a push, some expectations that we want you guys to hit, because I don't know if we've done, I think it's a fault of ours as leaders that we haven't done enough of it. So,
and this is a good but they have to be coaches. Yeah. Like that's what our hope is, that it will help you to recruit, like, even if it's just preferred customers.
Sign them up as discount. Lead with discount. They can always cancel. For
the Shift Shop group.
Yeah. And if they feel really, really uncomfortable with it, then
come to us and we can,
Well, and again, like, here's and I want to end the call because we're really good. We're like super close to 10 o'clock, but our time. But like, if you are feeling like you are just dragging people along and like begging them to sign up as coaches, go find 5 other people that you don't have to. Lead with the coaching opportunity, lead with them coming on as a preferred customer or discount coach. But I'm just telling you guys, like, if they're not going to do the work, I posted in our leaders page on this team, like, they might be giving you lip service. And at that point, it just ain't worth your time. Let's go find 5 other people that want to run.
Is Proving Grounds available to all? My understanding it's available. That's going to drop into BOD to everybody on the 22nd. This
is a relaunch. So this was, I don't think you got any specific qualifications. We'll double check that. But with it already being available on Beachbody On Demand, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to upsell.
I hope anyway. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I know it was a ton of info. We'll post the recording, and this is really important information, so make sure you share it with your team. We would love for you guys to push with us to the end of the year. Again, if you haven't signed up for that call, and I don't want you to say, like, oh, that's not for me, I'm not ready. You are ready. If you're ready to work, you're ready to get to Diamond, at least get almost halfway there.
I would love to have all of you guys complaining about being 5-star and just having to work so hard to make $8,000 a month.
Yes. Okay, guys, we love you so much. We're really excited for the end of the year. Reach out after this if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you later.
Night.